We got a story time for everybody. This is a story time about when I snuck out to my first college party and became a criminal mastermind. First of all, y'all, I wasn't allowed out, so I built a fake body and snuck out to college parties. Feel me? I'm serious. I'm serious. It was a crazy life. Like I wasn't allowed to go out at all, so I had to do what I had to do, and doing that made me accidentally become like a professional sneak. Y'all don't understand. Y'all have like Caribbean parents out here. I have a Guyanese father, so that's like military strict. So you have a curfew. My curfew was 10 o'clock, like I was Cinderella or something. I couldn't even finish a movie at a friend's house at all. Couldn't finish a movie. If I did, I would have to leave, leave early, which is crazy. Crazy work. So boom. So so I don't know if y'all been to high school, y'all went to high school, y'all in high school, but it was my high school senior year. I was working at a school called the University of Scranton. They had a catering department, which 90% of the catering department is like students. So me being a senior in high school, I met a whole bunch of new friends and just new vibes. And I probably was gonna see my high school friends after this anyway. So I literally started becoming friends with all of them, and they started inviting me to parties. Of course, y'all, like I said, I couldn't go out because my curfew was 10 o'clock in high school, which that was ridiculous. So I carried this plan out like it was a heist. I literally took clothes, gang, took clothes from from everywhere, a bunch of neither clothes, and stuffed it underneath my blanket to form and shape a body to look like my body. Then I took my helmet from martial arts, took that and put it, as the head, and then covered it with a blanket. And I even went as far, y'all, after I got dressed and put it on, trim, looking right, everything. I took my pajamas and brought them downstairs to put them by the door. So just in case if I get caught, could say I was doing a Turkey Hill run. If you don't know what a Turkey Hill is, it's like a 24-hour little like food mart situation. We had them growing up. At this point, I wasn't a kid anymore. I was a spy in a movie. I'm serious. I'm going through all these lengths. And then, y'all, I lived in a house with creaky doors, creaky steps. It was hardwood floors. So if you live in a hardwood floor house, you know how that is. Hardwood is gonna make that noise. The doors was hardwood, everything. So I was doing everything at my best not to get caught. So, all right. So that was phase one of the plan, all right? So I was gonna go meet up my friend Joe. I did videos with her before. If you guys, if you know, then you know. But yeah, she's been my friend since high school. We're still friends to this day, and we had the same job together. Hey, how y'all doing? What's up? Thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate it. So me and Joe had the same job at high school because we got it actually together. So we were like Bonnie and Clyde. So she didn't have a curfew. She was able to go out, so she didn't have to go through any of this. So my thing was just to meet her up, and then we go to the parties together. She lived way closer to the parties than me. I lived about walking distance because I'm a senior in high school. I live about probably 45 minutes walking, but I was determined. I was definitely determined to go. So, set the trap, set the trap, set the plan B, decoys. All the decoys is set. We're ready to go. I sat down walking down, and we finally meet up, right? We call our friends that we met at, at the school. They're all in college too. Freshmen, sophomores, seniors, we're friends with all different type of college students at this point as freshmen in high school. Understand that. So we meet them up. We get to these parties. Mind y'all, don't forget, I'm green. I'm green. I have never been out a day in my life because my curfew was always early. I've never drank in my life, never did anything. So she was basically the same thing. We were just really good kids. She didn't have any type of restrictions on her, but I had more of the curiosity because of the restrictions. So walking down at the party, going through these people's houses, dirty basements, sticky floors, lights flashing, people in the corner just making out for like 20 minutes or longer. It was really crazy. It was really, really crazy. Yeah, like 20 minutes or longer they're over there making out. So I went from being home at 10 o'clock to basically doing keg stands. So we're in there. This is my first time playing beer pong, flip cup, all these games I never even heard about. I'm drinking something called jungle juice. And if you know what jungle juice is, it's everything mixed together. That's all you need to know. Like, in just one red solo cup. That's where solo cups is known for. It is known for college drinking parties. So, what you guys said? I'll be absent first, bro. Yeah. So, y'all, this is the first time I'm feeling grown. Like, I'm getting to drink. I'm partying. There's there's girls. Mind you, I never had a drop a day in my life. So they're playing hip hop. Mind you, if you know the University of Scranton in Scranton, Pennsylvania, is majority white people. So it's just me and Joe. Me and her, the only brown people. But we having a time of our life. They love us. They think we're so cool. And you know how it is. And then they're playing all the hip hop music. We were having the time of our lives. All type of stuff was going on in them college parties, and then we would go from like house to house. Like, we didn't I had no idea in college parties, once you go to one house you go to the next and the next and the next. So we just hopping to house party to house party to house party at these colleges, and just partying, and it's like nonstop. I'm like, what is going on? This is life. I'm like, who taught them to do this? How did they know this? How do they know to do this? So yeah, gig. So after the parties, we would go and get $1 slice of pizza. It was like a life. Oh, not to mention the cups. It was like $5 a cup. So if you whatever you get to drink is gonna be $5 a cup. You can use it the rest of the night. But yeah, a $1 slice of pizza. It's late night. It just fresh. It just tastes like everything with all that hitting at the same time. And now it's time to go back home. I had the time of my life. Never done this in life. Never basically been out. So now it's time to go back home. 45-minute walk home after jungle juice, beer, partying with white tea people all night, having the time of my life. Shout out to them because they know how to party. Like, them YC people, especially University of Scranton, shout out to them. They knew how to party. So I had to walk 45 minutes all the way back to my house, gang. All the way. And then, you know what I did? I got those pajamas, put them right on when I got to the bottom of the step, just in case anybody was awake or anybody could, hear me. So I just walk. I'm hearing footsteps, but I'm like, the house is so old. It's creaky. It was like a historical landmark, I guess, apparently, like back in the day. So, but nah, I keep walking. I don't hear nothing. I'm good. I walk past the first door, go make a left, go one more upstairs, go to my room. My dummy is still there. The clothes stuffed underneath the bed, still there. The helmet still intact, covers covered over it. I succeeded. The mission was successful, y'all. And then I became, hi, sweetheart, how are you? Then, y'all, I became a full-time professional sneak. So then I started doing this. Me and Joe started going out every weekend with these people now because at this point, now I'm growing in the college world. And mind you, I'm still in high school. And I'm getting to know people. I'm partying because I'm fun. There's not many, people of color there. So, I stand out. And we going every weekend, so I would have to do this play every weekend. Sneak out, dummy underneath the covers, wait till everybody goes to sleep. Or just say, I have to go to sleep as well. I'm tired. Do one of those, rub your eye, one of those type of vibes. And then go to bed, set up the dummy, and then the decoy, as I like to call it, and then succeed with the mission. See, everything I've done in life was always like a mission. It was really, really crazy. So, yeah. So, basically, y'all, my final message is strict parents, don't be stopping your kids from going out. Just train them to be smarter and just be, more resourceful with them. Because sneaky kids don't disappear, they evolve into resourceful adults like me. You feel me? So don't have that kid that's gonna be sneaking out, going to hang out with the wrong crew because I've been hanging out with the same people my whole life. My parents already knew my friends, so I was just blessed enough to still be friends with them and be able to go outside and have a good time with them. But some people might be going out and hanging out with the wrong folks. So definitely, pry. But I was my situation was I was way too strict. I had to be home at 10 o'clock. I couldn't do anything. What could you do by 10 o'clock? You couldn't even go to the movie theaters, like I said. No. So absolutely not. I was definitely sneaking out every time and pulling that dummy mission. And then the Turkey Hill going to the store thing, that was not a far fetched story, because I was a high school boy, so I would always go get snacks. Always go get cookies, gummies, little lemonades, iced sodas, so it worked out perfectly, but I just wish I could have just went freely and thank God it was just senior year and it wasn't my whole high school career because that would have ended me. So, but by the end of senior year, I didn't even hang out with anybody in high school anymore besides Joe because she was outside with me too. And she didn't have a curfew or anything, but she was that friend that was gonna be outside partying, have a good time, laughing, meeting people too. So we was laughing and partying the whole way through college, and we were high school seniors. And by the end of senior year, like I said, high school senior year, we knew everybody, like basically in college and the party scenes, all the cool people. all the hipsters, all the band people, all different kind of people at the school we knew. So it was very very interesting. So it's kind of like we went to college there, which we had a ball. We had a great time. We met some of our friends still to this day. I know I still speak to. So it was a good time. But yeah, it's not good to sneak out, but it's not good to keep. You can't keep a bird caged. So you know. Do I believe in aliens? Yeah, but you ruining the story time. You gotta stick to the story time. But yeah, so that's basically my story time about how I snuck out for the first time and went to a college party. My first time drinking, going out, partying, anything. But y'all don't need to be doing that. I don't advise y'all to do any of that. Talk to your parents. you know, have conversations. Maybe they can take you, drop you off, pick you up. But yeah, because there was a lot of like high school situations and parties and stuff I couldn't go to. They was turning up too as well. I just wasn't allowed to go. And for some reason, it just worked out because I had a job senior year. So of course, sometimes the work would run late because it's a catering business. So it would run to 11 or 12. So it was kind of easy to finesse the parent system because my dad was so strict. He wasn't having it. If you have a Guyanese or Caribbean parent, they're very militant. They're very serious. What's up, Jack? How are you? Yeah, they're very very serious. So have y'all ever snuck out in life? Let me know. Comment and let me know if you ever snuck out or you ever done anything like that. But I think y'all should always follow the rules. Do what you're supposed to, and wait till you grown. Like what's the rush? What's the rush to be grown? Now I don't go out at all. I don't do anything at all. I don't drink. I don't do any of all nothing. So, what's the point of just wait till you grown. Wait till your money is up. And just learn you. Work on learning you. That's what I would say because I was outside. I learned to be a party boy first. And I don't think that was the life lessons, but you can't be you can't be what's the word I'm looking for? Hindering someone's growth. If I have to go through a party boy phase or you need to go through a phase. Kids go through phases, like especially teenagers. You gotta just let them go through that. I'm an island boy, like that's in my spirit and in my soul to party, to dance, to drink. Like it's just even if I'm not in the Caribbean, if I'm in America, that's just it's in my DNA. It's in my cortex, my cerebral cortex. uh, uh, so yeah, that is the story.